Hello everyone. First of all, the theme of our game is about the pollution problem in China. And next page. And our game producers and participants are Tang Yishuang, You Cheng, Hao Jiyuan, Liu Shaopeng, and Liu Hongyu. Next page. And our game is divided into two parts. The first part is the background description of the game, also the problem analysis, and the second part is the gameplay and the specific process, also the solution. Next page. About the first part of the game description. Next page. Our game can be interpreted as any country with an industrial base, whether major or not, needs to make a trade-off between rapid economic development and implementing environmental protection measures benefits and the public. And China is a developing country, and its economic development and the future often depend on industrial output. So environmental protection measures may have a greater impact on the development of such countries. And I think there is a considerable evidence that from the founding of the People's Republic of China to the end of the 1960s, the air quality of many Chinese cities, also especially the industrial cities, began to deteriorate. And the atmospheric environment in many areas was relatively serious pollution, disturbing the residents' protection and the life. Next page. In general, we can identify 1972 as the keynote and divide the evolution of the urban air pollution in China into two stages. The first stage was a fragmentation period of air pollution in China, and the formal pollution prevention and control work had not yet been carried out, and the deterioration of the air quality was basically left unchecked for a long time. And later, the prevention and the control of air pollution was officially put on the national agenda, and the atmospheric environment began to affected by the two major tensions of pollution and governance, and showing more complex changes. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, a large amount of evidence shows that during the periods for the funding of New China to the end of the 1960s, the air qualities in many urban areas, especially industrial cities, in China has begun to deteriorate, and the atmospheric environments in many areas has encountered relatively serious pollution and disturbed residents, production, and life. Okay, next page, please. In 1972, the Chinese government sent representatives to attend the Human Environments Conference held by the United Nations in Stockholm, which marks the beginnings of my country's environmental protection course, and the prevalence and the control of air pollution has officially kicked off since then. And since then, some important change has taken place in my country's urban air pollutions. Okay, that's all my part. Thank you.
Okay, so let's help Mario save the pieces together. Let's start the game. There are 3 modes, so we have to choose the difficulty of the game. Since this is our first time playing this game, we start with the easy ones. The strategies for easy mode is the line split till number restriction policy. From the game description, we can know that in 2020, the number of motor vehicles in China will reach 360 million, and they are now the chief culprit of air pollution. So we can improve air quality by reducing local travel. License plate hill number restriction policy is a policy proposed to avoid traffic congestions, and there are prescribed license plate number to allow travel every day. On days with odd numbers, only private cars with an odd number at the end of the car number can go on the road. And on days with even numbers, only private cars with an even number at the end of the car number can be used on the road. After the implementation of the measures, travel vehicles will be reduced by half, which will address urban traffic congestion and effectively reduce motor vehicles exhaust pollution. So that's all of my part. Thank you.
Okay, for the next one is we will move into the medium model, which are a little bit more difficult than the first one. Next page. Okay, for this one is about the promote clean engineer. And okay, promoting clean engineer is a key step in addressing China population problem. The follow are same special measure that can be taken the adult of the clean engineer. First one is the develop renewable engineer. This is include the incipient technical support, providing incentive and streamline advantageous percentile of economic project and the public investment in the renewable engineer project. Next one is place vote. This can include fair in startup taxi incentive, sales and the graduate forward project agreement to the incentive renewable engineer investment and reduce reliance of the forest rules. Next one is the Gary integration and engineers. This is can ensure a stable and reliable supply of clean engineer and reduce the need for the workforce besides the generation. So the last one is a distributed engineer segment. This is can reduce the need for centralized generation and help create the decentralized release engineer segment. Okay, let's move on the typical level.
Hello, my name is Tang Yishuang. I will introduce the hard model of this game. The strategy of the hard model is to carry out, next page. The strategy of the hard model is to carry out vertical forest in the urban area. Next page. Vertical forests contribute to the restoration of the environment and urban diversity without having to extend the city on the land. Besides that, vertical forest helps to build a microclimate and to filter dust particles. The cost of vertical forest can be offset by factors such as improved air quality and energy efficiency. In addition, vertical forests can provide economical benefits by attracting travelers and increasing asset values. Next page. That's all about our game. Hope you will like it. Thanks for watching.